So it sounds like it's going to get done. Seems like maybe it's in Goff's camp, and I would assume it's going to get done before training camp starts, right? So Jared Goff is going to be a Lion. However, I started to wonder, because there was no movement, and the Adam Schefter tweet came out saying, well, you know what, a contract is not imminent right now. I started to wonder if maybe the Lions were backing off on a guy like Jared Goff. Maybe they thought Hendon Hooker was going to be the guy. Maybe they were going to go elsewhere. Maybe they were just going to let him ride out his contract. So the other day I was on the radio, Rico, and we were talking about Goff. We were talking about the Lions. And a caller called up with such a great question, such an awesome question that I thought to myself, wow, this is a great radio topic. The caller goes to me. He's like, listen, look at it from the standpoint of who needs who more. Does Jared Goff need the Lions more, or do the Lions need Jared Goff more? And that kind of tells you how the extension's going. So when I ask you that question, who needs who more, what immediately pops in your mind?
I mean, it's like any relationship, Rieger. It's like you would always like to think in any relationship you're 50-50, but that's not true.
I think that's obvious by the first hour, yeah.
Yeah, whoever has 51 or more % of the relationship, you're in control. 49 or less, you're not.
Well, the Lions are ultimately in control, considering they're going to pay him the money. But
I mean, if he doesn't sign and just says, I'm going to bet on myself, right, and maybe I follow Ben Johnson wherever he goes.
If Ben ever leaves.
I look at it like this. To answer your question, it was a good question. You had brought it up to me a few days ago. I think that the Lions need Jared Goff more.
Interesting.
The Lions need him more because when you think about it, you just started winning. If you hand the reins over to Hendon Hooker or you go get another quarterback, you don't know. It's the devil that you do know. You know what you're getting with Goff. He may not be mobile, but he wins games for you.
Yes.
Okay? This team plays for him. He goes out there and he knows how to win. The people love him. They're chanting his name. They need this. There's only about 20 people who can be an NFL starting quarterback. Now, yes, there's 32 teams, but let's face it. Some of the bottom-feeding teams have quarterbacks that if I said, you want to trade? Nah, I'm good. The Lions absolutely need Jared Goff more.
Wow.
And that's why they're trying to lock him up right now. When I heard Brad Holmes talking
last year.
When I heard Holmes talking, like, yeah, he's earned it. He deserves it, meaning this is our guy. This is our future. This is what we want. They know if we don't have Jared Goff, we're going to have to start all over again. And you've seen what happens when you do the reboot. It's not a necessary. It doesn't mean that, it's going to automatically happen. It's rare that you get what happens in Green Bay where you go from one Hall of Famer to another Hall of Famer. Normally, when your quarterback leaves, there's a fall off, and you start all over again until you find the next one.
I totally disagree. When asking the question, who needs who more, does Goff need the Lions more? Do the Lions need Goff more? Goff needs the Lions more. Goff is in this unbelievably great situation. He's got great receivers. One's an all-pro. He's got a great line. One is an all-pro. He's got a great tight end. He's got a great running game. I do believe you could put a guy like Hendon Hooker or another quarterback in this system, and I'm not saying it would be the same, but I think the drop-off would be not that bad, and you'd be paying the guy a hell of a lot less money. Like, think about it very quickly. Like, if you put another quarterback, choose whoever you want in this system, if you allowed Goff to walk away, you are not paying Jared Goff $50 million, $47 million a season, meaning you could go out and re-sign whoever you wanted to. You got money left over, and the drop-off from the new quarterback I don't think is going to be that crazy because you're putting him in a great situation.
Rieger, I think that's the biggest cop-out, not just for you, but a lot of people will say, well, anybody could do that.
I'm not saying anybody.
No, but you look at all the weapons that they have, you could put any quarterback. That's not true because there's plenty of examples of guys who couldn't get it done. Because I had to listen to it all about Brock Purdy, and I'll say this. You know who couldn't get it done? Jimmy G. Had all the weapons, couldn't get it done, okay? They relied on the defense. They got rid of him. They put Trey Lance in there because you got all the weapons. He couldn't get it done. Jared Goff knows how to distribute the ball. Jared Goff knows how to get everybody to buy in. And you know what? Some days St. Brown, you're not going to be the man. You're going to be a decoy today because we're going to turn around and hand the ball off. Some days it's going to be Laporta. He's got the offense humming. They believe there's no selfishness. You know what? The one thing you never hear coming out of Allen Park is you don't see the Devo. Well, I need to get my touches. I need the ball.
Well, that's the whole Dan Campbell factor, the culture.
But he's the coach on the field. He's the guy they know I'm going to get the ball. And it's why, like, their trick plays and everything works on fourth down. You don't know where the ball is going. Like, on certain teams, you automatically know this guy's got to touch the ball. Okay, you're throwing the ball to Dan Skipper. You're throwing the ball to whoever. Like, it works. Like, so to say, well, you could put anybody in this Lions offense, I don't think that you can.
248-539-9797. The ticket text, the exact same number if you want to chime in. I'm curious. I think it's a great question. Rico thinks it's a great question. Who needs who more? Do the Lions need Goff more? Does Goff need the Lions more? Rico says the Lions need Goff more. I say Goff needs the Lions more. What say you? 97 won the ticket.
Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone. And guys, you need to head over to your local Planet Fitness today because the deal ends today. $1 down. $10 a month, and you could work out in a